The greater conversation is that a young black kid shouldn't have to dress like me in order to just live their life.
Summertime is ending. It's coming to a close. It's time we grow dependent on a warmer clothes.
A lot of Americans have no sense of history. I think people are finding themselves a little bit more confronted with history today. And so some of the way I dress, I know, does prompt conversation in people's minds. During the 30s, we're talking Great Depression and the middle of the Jazz Age. People dressed in a way that made them feel like superheroes when they were downtrodden. I'm a bit of a dandy, it's okay. This is the thing about clothing like this, tailored clothing. It can be for everybody. It doesn't matter how tall, how short, how wide, how skinny you are. People certainly and sometimes stare on the street at me, but it doesn't bother me. If I can inspire some young kid to rethink how everybody else dresses, that's an achievement in and of itself. These weren't great times for people of color. I don't think that those historical circumstances should sort of stop me from dressing the way I dress. There's this great hashtag that my friend Barrio Dandy created, Style is Resistance. I've been very lucky that I've not had these interactions with law enforcement that many other young black kids have. And some of that is my style. A wardrobe's kind of like a stew. You add those different elements over time, and eventually the flavors will come together and you'll have an outfit that you want. My grandmother actually was a tailor. She would create these garments in Jamaica out of Vogue and Red Book and all these different magazines for people. So some of that is in my DNA. Anybody who knows about vintage clothes and non-disposable fashion knows that buttons fall off and seams come undone. You'll be going to put something on and then you'll realize you need to repair it. Generally, people are living in a modern age where it's all about the quick and accessible.
I'd brave a frozen soul as long as you are warming it.
You have been able to bring sort of an element of the Jazz Age into modern music, into something that's brand new with this group of musicians. It's an amazing thing. I'm really excited about it. It's very interesting in countries that have a very particular perspective on America and sort of what their impression of people of color are and how that juxtaposes to their own population of people of color. When people see a person of color dressing like this, they don't really know what to do. They don't really have to do anything. They just have to keep going.
Some may think winter cold, sullen and inhospitable.